What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment, man, and share. First off, man, I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but I wanted to wait for, more details of what may happen or what teams were looking for him or whatever. But shout out to J.J. Watt, man. He's a legend in Houston. I think by far the best player to ever play for the Houston Texans. No matter what anybody says, or Deshaun Watson may have a say-so in that conversation one day, but as it stands, man, J.J. Watt is the best player to ever come out of Houston. The legacy, man, what J.J. Watt is going to leave as, a legacy in Houston is by far probably the best defensive player of this generation. I think I wasn't alive to see, the front end or the dominant years of Reggie White. I didn't see Lawrence Taylor play. I didn't, see Mike Ditka play. Like, I didn't see a lot of the great defensive players play, but I did see, Brian Urlacher, Ray Lewis. I saw the backside of Deion Sanders' career. I saw, Ed Reed play, Troy Polamalu play, and, honestly, I think, I still think Ray Lewis is the best defensive player, of my generation. I think he's top 5, but I think J.J. Watt was probably up until the injuries, and I'm gonna get to that. He was probably on his way to being probably the best defensive end ever. He was on his way. I know, Reggie White did numbers. Reggie White was an absolute beast. And just by me looking at, at old tapes of Reggie White, J.J. Watt was a resemblance of that in his generation. There wasn't, his first 5 seasons, there was nobody that was more dominant than him. There was nobody. He didn't, his rookie year, he didn't really bust out the scene like that, but after his rookie year, he just exploded. He won 3 Defensive Player of the Years. In 2 of those seasons, he had over 20 sacks. He had 5 All-Pros, 5 Pro Bowls, and he made the All-Decade team in the 2010 era, 2010 team. And honestly, man, those injuries was creeping up, man. He has a long, I think Rob Gronkowski is the best tight end ever, but injuries definitely played a role in, in his legendary status. So with J.J. Watt, long history. 2015, he had 5 torn muscles in his torso, his groin, and in his thighs or his upper leg, probably around his thighs or whatever. And he had to get surgery on a herniated disc before the 2016 season, and then he only played 3 games in 2016, and he rehurt it again, and he missed the entire season. 2017, he played 3 games. Well, no, he played 5 games in 2017, and then he fractured his leg. Then he played all of 2018, and he made the All-Pro team. And then 2019, he plays 8 games. And then what? And then he hurts his back. But he came back for the playoffs. No, he had a torn left muscle in his left arm, or something like that. So he missed the last 8 games of the regular season, but he came back for the playoffs. And then the season he had this season. And honestly, the injuries really played a huge role in J.J. Watt's career. He had he was definitely on his way to being top 5 best defensive players ever. I'm talking about in the realm of the Reggie Whites and the Lawrence Taylors, and those players, like he on that list. And honestly, I think me personally, I think I still put him on that list. You know what I'm saying? Just because we put Sean Taylor, right, in one of the best safeties of all time, but he only played 3 seasons. Rest in peace to him. But he only played 2 or 3 seasons before he passed away. So I think honestly, if we're gonna put J.J. Watt anywhere in history and where his legacy is, he's not only the best player to play for the Houston franchise. I think he probably, I put him the second greatest defensive end ever. I have Lawrence Taylor number 1. I probably have Deion Sanders number 2. I got Ray Lewis number 3. Reggie White number 4. And I have to think about number 5. But I think J.J. Watt is teetering around top 5. I have to really think about it. But in terms of top 5 best defensive players of all time, I definitely think J.J. Watt is he's definitely top 10 to me. I think J.J. Watt is definitely top 10, but top 5, I have to really think about that. I gotta think about other linebackers, other defensive players that may enter that conversation. But man, that legacy of J.J. Watt in Houston is real, man. And where he ends up next, I hope he plays for the Steelers. Play right alongside your younger brother, who is at the prime of his career right now. So, or he go back to Green Bay. He goes to Green Bay and plays for his hometown. So I hope to see. I want to see J.J. Watt on a contending team because he deserves it. He really, really deserves it, man.